The Pitt Panthers won the ACC in 2021, but losing key guys like Jordan Addison and Kenny Pickett to the draft and to the portal, is it going to hurt them and Pat Narduzzi in the long run? Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a very quick video today. I got to knock this one out of the park for you guys. Looking at the 2022 Pittsburgh Panthers this season and what they could ultimately do in college football, obviously, because that's what we talk about over here. We talk some baseball too sometimes, but going 11-3 last year, won the ACC 8-1 in conference play, although they lose to Michigan State in the Peach Bowl, right? But a very good and close game there. And Atlanta, they beat what people were saying was probably the best team in the ACC last year, in Wake Forest and everything they did. They beat them 45-21. They beat teams like Syracuse 31-14. Great defense all the way around, and they return a lot back, right? They also bring in some new guys, right? You lose Kenny Pickett to the draft, you bring in Keaton Slovis from USC, right? He's not expected to match Pickett's numbers, but it's really, really good. He was a freshman of the year in the Pac-12 a couple of years ago. 68% of his passes, were completed. 7,500 plus yards, 58 touchdowns within 3 years, right? He was a Heisman candidate entering 2021. Basically, Keaton Slovis, I think the transferring thing, I don't know what led to it, but he was highly recruited. He goes to USC. He does a great job. He really did everything you needed him to. For USC. I don't know if it was a decline in his play a little bit. It's not that he sucks or anything. It's not like that. I think that if he's in the right position, and I think with a coach like Pat Narduzzi, everything he just did with Kenny Pickett, I think he's got a good chance. Now, I'll say this real quick. Let's go ahead and look at what happened to Pitt last year when they had Kenny Pickett and of course, guys like Jordan Addison and everybody, which Jordan Addison, of course, transferring to USC over there on the West Coast. So, all right, they opened up with UMass. They won 51-7. Beat the Tennessee Vols 41-34. Tennessee made that a pretty good game. I think it was worse on paper. I think it was a better game than what the score indicated. Western Michigan, there's no excuse for this loss. I think that was just one of those, hey, we had a bad day, let's shake it off and move on. And you did. You beat New Hampshire 77-7. Almost wanted to say 70 there. That's a lot of sevens, but you blow them out. You beat Georgia Tech. You get a bye week, which I thought was good timing because you had a tough stretch. You beat Virginia Tech. You beat Clemson. You did lose to Miami by 4 points. Defense couldn't come up in the end, and the offense couldn't really get a drive going. At Duke, 54-29. Won in overtime with North Carolina. You beat Virginia. You beat Syracuse, and you won the ACC title game, and in good style, 45-21. Unfortunately, though, losing, but a good loss. It's not bad. Losing in the Peach Bowl to Coach Mel Tucker and the Michigan State Spartans. So overall, a pretty good season for the Panthers. For Pitt, they have a lot to look forward to upcoming. With Keaton Slovis coming in, and we'll look at their, we'll look at what they have coming in. We'll look at their schedule and everything like that. Like I said, we got to try to make this quick. I got some plans this afternoon. All right. Biletnikoff Award winner Jordan Addison. He transfers out, unfortunately for you guys. But, you know, so here's the thing. They lose guys, but they bring in quite a bit to make up for it, right? You lose Kenny Pickett, but you make up for it in Keaton Slovis, who was highly recruited a few years ago to USC. Jared Wayne comes in. He's 6'3". He's a senior with 47 receptions, 658 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's got to step it up, right? They got Akron transfer Kanata Mumpfield, who's a freshman All-American last year with 61 receptions for 751 yards and 8 TDs. Sophomore tight end also comes back, Gavin Bartholomew. So there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot on the offense. I expect a big year for Pitt. Now, I think they take a step back, but not too much. I really think it doesn't matter. I think they got the weapons out there for Keaton Slovis. Keaton Slovis has a strong arm, good size, good frame, good athletic ability. Are they 11-3 good? Are they going to go what they were last year? Probably not. But maybe you still win the Coastal. I expect them to, at least. Let's take a look at what they have coming up in 2022 with that. All right, open up with a home game against West Virginia on a Thursday night. Then you play Tennessee, at Western Michigan, Rhode Island, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, get a bye week, at Louisville, at North Carolina, Syracuse, at Virginia, Duke, at Miami. This is tough. I've mentioned how I'm high on Miami. I like North Carolina, but I think they take a step back. Louisville, I think, is going in a really good direction in terms of recruiting, but as I mentioned in their preview, they got to put it on the field, and we got to see what Scott Satterfield does. Tennessee, I think, gets off to a hot start this year. But that game's at home for you. This could be fun. I think you could go ahead and make some check marks, though, right? Like, they're not going to lose to Rhode Island. I think they're better than Georgia Tech. I think Western Michigan's fielded some pretty decent teams. You know, they could go 6-6, 7-5, and Kalamazoo is kind of a tough place to go. I'm sure Western Michigan is a big stadium and could be a trap game there. You could have a trap game. I didn't make a banner for the trap games, and I apologize. Actually, I did. I have it right here. Tennessee, Virginia Tech, and at Virginia. I did not put Western Michigan, but maybe throw that in there, right? I think Pitt, should they be favored at home against the Vols? Week 2? Close, but yes. Maybe you favor them by a field goal. At Virginia, that could be something. Who knows what Tony Elliott's going to do as the new head coach at Virginia. That'll be something to watch. He comes in from Clemson. And then Virginia Tech. I probably should have put at Louisville too because I like Louisville this year. I like a lot of teams in the ACC to take steps forward. I'm just going to say this. And again, I got to make this quick. I really think Pitt could be set up for another 10-win season. It's possible. I think they should go no more. Like, they should be in the 7-5, maybe 8-4 to 10-2 range, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this up that I think at most they could go 10-2. And I think the losses are North Carolina, Miami. Now, if that game were at Neyland, maybe you're at 9-3. But, I mean, come on, home games against West Virginia and Tennessee, those are wins right there. Now, I'd be careful with that Tennessee game. That could be a trap. You'll be favored week 2 at home. Don't get it twisted. That's a good game right there. At Western Michigan, give me a break. Rhode Island, give me a break. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is terrible. I already did Georgia Tech, and I think I had them 3-9 or 4-8, whatever I had them going. That's a home game. Your homecoming game against Virginia Tech. Come on. If it's in Blacksburg, maybe. But at home, no. At Louisville, could be a trap. If it depends on how your season's going. If you get off to a hot start, I think you could come off a bye week and beat teams like Louisville. North Carolina, I do like Mac Brown, and I think Chapel Hill is tough. I think North Carolina losing Sam Howell and Ty Chandler and everybody, I think they got to take a big step back. I really do. I think they're falling off just a little bit. Do they get back to it? Does Mac Brown show that he can keep recruiting, keep building, and keep loading up talent in Chapel Hill? Absolutely. I think he does, but I just think this is a year where they take a step back. Syracuse could be interesting. That could be tough. A lot of people are high on Pitt. That's the thing. At Miami, that's your second loss that I got. I think Miami does win the Coastal this year. I really do. And I think part of that path for them means winning the rivalry weekend game on November 28th against the Pittsburgh Panthers. That being said, like I said, make this one quick for you guys, but I want to hear in the comments what you guys think about Pitt. Because, again, they do lose some guys like Jordan Addison, but they bring back Jared Wayne, Akron transfer I mentioned, Kanata Mumfield, who was a freshman All-American last year. They got Gabe Hoy, Carter Warren, Owen Drexel, Marcus Minor, Jake Cradle on the offensive line too. A trio of running backs. Maybe you guys surprise me. Like I said, 10-2. That's what I got you at. So be happy with the 10-win season. Take it or leave it. I don't know. I still got you double digits. North Carolina and Miami, that's it. Two of the more interesting teams in the ACC, especially Miami, who I think a lot of people are high on Mario Cristobal, and maybe even in his first year winning the division, possibly competing and possibly winning the ACC. What more do you want? Pittsburgh, I'm giving you guys as much credit as I possibly can here, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to continue on with all of these prediction videos. Up next is the Big 12. We still got a couple more ACC teams. Then we'll get to the Big 12 and then the Pac-12. We're going to try to knock these out throughout July and August before we get to September and get the Power 5 rolling. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Do me a favor. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button. Really would mean a lot to me. I love you guys. You guys know what to do. Y'all have a good one. God bless. And like
roll
always,
down Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. Love y'all. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. Love y'all. Peace.